Welcome. We've been talking about securities. It is a financial instrument that is traded in an exchange. Pero paano nga ba yung security or like stocks or bonds or other kind of securities become securities? Well, it should first be listed. Okay, first saan? In a primary market. A new stock or bond are sold to the public for the first time. This is yung listing. And investors can directly purchase securities from the issuer. Now, after primary market, it will go to secondary market wherein the securities are now traded between investors. The stock exchange, it is where the facilities of buying and selling takes place. Now, this is our topic for today about listing. And what is a listing? Listing is an admission of securities of a company to trade on a stock exchange. I will repeat. Admission of securities of a company to be traded on a stock exchange. Why admission? Admission because there's a process of being accepted. So may mga requirements dyan. Ano yung ina-apply? The company applies for a security, let's say bonds or stock. A company which is the issuer, what? To be traded or to buy or sell para magkaroon ng liquidity sa market or so that your investment can easily be traded in a stock exchange. The stock exchange, we say, this is the system for trading in the market. Now, there are types of listing. First, and this is very common, the initial listing. Here, the shares of the company are listed for the first time on a stock exchange. Ano yung pinaka-popular na example nito? IPO, or what we call initial public offering, or the company is going public. Very popular this year is yung All Day. Nag-IPO sila, 6 centavos per share. Second is listing for public issue. Here, a company which is listed its shares of a stock exchange comes out with another public issue. Ano ibig sabihin? Well, the company that's already been in the stock market, tinitrade na yung shares niya, nag-issue pa siya ng another shares in addition to the original shares that's already been in the market. Very popular, or ang tawag dito is FOO, or follow-on offering. Well, you can find all of these, yung mga IPOs and FOOs, if you go to edge.pse.com.ph and you just scroll down, mahanap nyo below the listing notes or listing notices. Andun, ang daming mga FOOs and IPOs and other listing. Third is listing for rights issue. Dito naman, the company which has already listed its shares in the stock exchange issues securities to the existing shareholders on rights basis. Ibig sabihin, when the company, let's say Jollibee Food Corporation, issues another shares in public, bago na yan ibenta sa public or i-offer to the public, it should be offered to the existing shareholders first. Ano ang tawag natin nito sa law? This is called preemptive right, or the right of the shareholders to be offered first to them. Ibigay muna sa kanila yung shares or i-offer muna sa kanila yung shares if they wanted to buy the shares of the existing company. Bakit? Say, for example, I am holding a percentage of shares like 20%, 20% of Jollibee Food Corporation, and I wanted to maintain that percentage or that share in the company. So, kung i-offer niyan sa labas, madideplete yung yung hawak kong shares. So, in proportionate to what the company is offering, say, kung meron akong 20% shares of the company, 20% of the new shares should be offered to be first. That is called preemptive rights or the rights issue. Okay? Let's continue. Fourth, listing of bonus shares. Here, a listed company or company in the stock exchange is capitalizing its profit by issuing bonus shares to the existing holders. So, let's say, ang ganda ng kita ngayon ng Jollibee Food Corporation. And then, in return, they wanted to give bonus shares. So, this is new shares, but it will be given to the existing shareholders as a bonus. Lastly, listing for merger or amalgamation. Here, the merging company issues shares to the shareholders of the company they are going to merge with, or such shares where such shares are listed. So if I have a company and I'm going to merge with a certain company, maybe that company is a little bit smaller than I am, so I'm going to issue another shares for the shareholders of the company that I'm going to merge with. So all of us are now shareholders of the merged company. Okay. In Philippine Stock Exchange, there's a listing process. Medyo mahaba. But it would take about more than a year, yung listing process. But I will just limit it down into 4 listing procedure. First is the application. Well, application to the Philippine Stock Exchange and the Securities and Exchange Commission. They will scrutinize it, and then they will approve it, which is thirdly acceptance, and lastly, it will now be ready for trading or listed for trading. Well, now what is the advantage of listing? First, marketability. Second, liquidity. If you wanted to buy or sell that shares, it's easy because that is the nature of the securities. Number 3, protection of the investors. And lastly, control and supervision of the government agencies. That's all for now. Bye-bye.
For more ICCT College's video updates, please subscribe and click the notification button.